everybody, welcome back to my channel. So for today's how-to video, I am going to teach you how I curl my hair with a flat iron. This is one of my most requested styles, and I will admit it's a little bit more difficult to master, but once you get it, you are going to be able to curl your hair like so fast. It's the way I curl my hair when I'm like running out of time and I'm super rushed to get ready. I turn my flat iron on, throw in some quick curls, and I am ready to go. So that's what we're gonna do today. We are gonna start out by sectioning out the bottom part of our hair. So I take this right here and section out from the top of my ears all the way back, twist and pin that up. So I don't use a lot of hairspray before I curl my hair with a flat iron because you want your flat iron to be able to slide really easily through your hair. And by having a lot of hairspray in there before, I feel like it tends to get a little bit more stuck. So the flat iron I am using is actually by Cricut, and it is a 1-inch iron. I have it turned up to 380 degrees, which is a little bit warm, but it's not gonna be in your hair very long. So we're gonna start on this side of our hair. We're gonna section this out, divide our hair in half, and bring it around to the front. We're gonna start right here and divide this in half and start with this small section right here, which is about 1 inch wide. The way that you do a curl with a flat iron is you want to think of how you would curl a string on a balloon. Does that make sense? So if you pretend like your flat iron is your scissors and your hair is the string, that's kind of what you're doing. You're not wrapping this around and trying to like curl it and pull it up. You're putting your hair in there, doing a half a turn and then sliding it straight down. The exact same way you would curl that string. So grab this section here. We're putting it in about a half an inch away from our head, clamping it, rolling your wrist back, releasing the hair, holding the flat iron, and pulling it straight down. Boom. So you can see I kind of left like the ends out just a little bit. The reason I do that is it's going to give you a little bit more of that waved look and the style that's really in, where the ends are a little bit straighter. So then we'll do that again on this back section right here. So again, you're holding your flat iron with it facing up. You're going about 1 inch from your scalp, clamping it, but do not press down too hard. You want your hair to be able to slide through really easily. Roll it back and pull it straight down. There it is. So then we'll do the same thing on this side. Divide it in half. This side gets a little tricky, at least for me it does, because I'm right-handed and it's the right side, so I don't know, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. So again, holding the flat iron up, clamping it in about 1 inch away from your scalp, rolling your wrist back. So what that does is it creates the hair to be smooth right here. So you don't want it to go forward, you want the hair to go over top of your flat iron. You can see right there. So then the hair comes out underneath and you pull this down. And then we'll do this last little piece right back here and do the exact same thing, rolling back, pulling down. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with my Kenra medium hold hairspray. This is Kenra number 13, and just do a quick little spray, so they said. Don't touch them yet. I know they look really crazy and really tight, but don't touch them until you're completely done with your head. So then we're gonna go in with our next section, which is gonna be right here at your temples, and you're gonna go all the way to the back and then dividing it in half again. Starting again on this same side. And this time I'm gonna start with the hair in the back right here. So again, you're holding it with your clamp up. You're going about 1 inch away from your scalp. You're rolling your wrist back. You're pulling it straight down. One little tip too that I like to make sure as I'm doing this, you can watch to see where the hair ends up. You just want to make sure the hair stays on the heated plate. So like right there, if it slides down here, it's not going to curl. So just make sure it stays on those heated plates. That one got really tight because I held it on there a long time. And then around to this side here. Again, starting with that hair in the back. There's one down. And when you get really good, and you go real fast, you can start picking up the next section with this hand while you're curling with this hand, and that's what makes it go real fast. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna divide right here at my little recession line all the way back, and we're gonna work on that hair there. Oh, and spray that section first. There we go. So again, starting in the back, smooth, roll back, pull straight down. And then we're gonna do from this recession line also, but this is also where my part is. So you gotta make sure you pay special attention to that because this is the hair that's going to be living on top, so you're going to see it the most. So for me, I have naturally curly hair, so sometimes I'll get weird creases in there. And so one of the benefits by curling your hair with your flat iron is you can go in and smooth out any of those weird creases before you do the curl. So for instance, like right here, I get like a funky little crease. So I'll just kind of go in and just like tap this flat iron right there just to smooth that part out. And then do the same thing with the curl. So rolling your wrist back, pulling straight down. Oh, and I also, on this top section, will go a little bit closer to my scalp just because I like to add a little bit more volume through there. My hair is a little bit on the finer textured side, so by adding a little bit of a tighter curl, it gives me a little bit more volume, whereas this were to be flat, I feel like it makes my head look really small and flat and my hair looks thin. Whatever, that's probably just like a personal preference. So you can see I have like a little funky kind of lip right there, so I'm gonna smooth that out before I curl it so that stays smooth there. And then we're gonna curl this whole section right here, going about like a ½ inch away from your scalp and going back away from your face, pulling straight down. Okay, then we just have 2 more sections left. We're gonna lift this section up here and I'm gonna divide it from front to back. So I'm gonna work on this back section here. So clip up this front bang piece, okay? So you have this section right here and we're gonna start in that little underneath hair and do the exact same thing. Divide this one in half, same thing. This little piece right here. I don't like the way that one curled. That one looks funny. Let's try that again. I didn't roll it enough. I didn't roll it all the way around. So you gotta make sure you roll it all the way around so that hair's sticking up the front. And then pull that bad boy straight down. That did a better job. And then we're gonna work on this last section, which is your front like kind of bang piece or swoop piece. This is still a little bit thick, so I'm gonna divide this from front to back and do this last little back piece right here first. And again, don't clamp down too hard because that's what's gonna cause you to have creases in your hair and to make the flat iron not go too smooth through your hair. This part of my hair has a little bit of hairspray on there from earlier today, so it's not gliding as smooth, but I do like to do flat iron curls on more like kind of clean hair without hairspray, so it does glide smoother, but you can help that out by not holding it as tight. All right, so here we are in our little bang piece. So I'm gonna divide that in half so it looks like I have a middle part. And I actually hold my flat iron a little bit different for this part. So I'm gonna hold it from the top down, which this gets, it gets a little confusing, but you hold it from the top down and you pull it a little bit closer to your scalp. You're still gonna roll your wrist back, like you can see, rolling your wrist back there, but you're a little bit more parallel instead of vertical. And yes, it's a very tight curl, but that's okay because I really like it to be a little bit tighter by my face. And what I'll do before it cools is just kind of pull that a little bit tighter or a little bit smoother. So then we'll go in with this last piece right here. I know it seems like a large piece, but it's okay because we want all of this to kind of go together. So you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna come from the top and you're placing your hair on this top part of your flat iron. You're clamping it, rolling your wrist back, pulling your hair down, and then pulling it straight down right there. Look at that. See how that like sprung up? Maybe we should just leave it like this. I think this is a great look. So then pull that over to the side and marry it in with the rest of your hair. Okay, so I have not done any hairspray on the top part of my hair. So I'm gonna go in with that same Kenra medium spray and spray all of that. Wait until it's 100% cool. Then I'm gonna go in with my Redken Windblown. This is a dry texture spray. I love this. It's a mild hold, but what it does is it gives you that windblown, tousled, sexy look. So we're gonna lift up and spray kind of underneath to give you some volume. And it comes out in quick little bursts, kind of like a dry shampoo does. And then I'm just gonna kind of take my fingers and shake it out a little bit. I shake it out, I shake it out. And then I kind of just like rake through it a little bit. Just kind of work it, manipulate it where you want it to go. And you can see, so by leaving like those ends out a little bit and leaving those a little bit straighter, it gives it that more of kind of like the wave that's really in. So once you get it where you want it, I like to go in with a little bit heavier of a spray because I like hairspray. This is by Kenra. It's their Super Hold Finishing Spray. Bam. And I mainly just spray this front section so it stays back and swooped but doesn't fall on my face. This is looking a little too flat for me, so I'm just gonna rough it up. And there we have it, guys. Those are how I do my flat iron curls. With a little bit of practice, I promise you can master this skill. You can do it. I believe in you. And we have all the time in the world to practice. Hello. So if you like this video, please click like. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave them below. And if you're liking what you're seeing, hit subscribe. And I will see you again probably like tomorrow or the next day. Bye guys. Have a good one.